When fans talk about Styx, the conversation usually centers around soaring vocals, synth-driven epics, and genre-blending hits that defined arena rock in the 1970s and 80s. But beneath the grandiose melodies and theatrical flourishes was a drummer whose steady power and unshakable timing held it all together. John Panozzo. With his fierce drive, rhythmic consistency, and deep commitment to his craft, Panozzo played a foundational role in shaping the band's most iconic era. Born on September 20th, 1948, in Chicago, Illinois, John Panozzo grew up in a working-class neighborhood where music was a family affair. He began playing drums at a young age, often jamming with his fraternal twin brother, Chuck Panozzo, who would go on to become Styx's bassist. The two shared a musical bond that would anchor the band's rhythm section for decades. By the early 1960s, the Panozzo brothers joined forces with their neighbor Dennis DeYoung to form a band called the Tradewinds, which evolved into TW4 and eventually Styx. It was a slow climb to stardom, with the band cutting its teeth in Chicago clubs, developing a unique sound that blended prog rock ambition with pop sensibility and working-class grit. As Styx found its voice in the 1970s, John Panozzo's drumming became an essential component of the band's signature sound. His style was not flashy, but it was powerful and precise. He could swing with subtlety on a ballad like Babe, pound out arena-sized grooves on Renegade, or navigate the progressive shifts of Fooling Yourself and Come Sail Away with finesse and control. His timing was rock solid, his fills tasteful, and his commitment to the groove unwavering. Panozzo was a team player, never one to hog the spotlight, but always the engine powering the song. While Dennis DeYoung, Tommy Shaw, and James J.Y. Young shared vocals and frontman duties, Panozzo remained the steady force behind them, delivering night after night with an intensity that matched the band's larger-than-life sound. Throughout the late 70s and early 80s, Styx became one of the most successful rock bands in the world, releasing multi-platinum albums like The Grand Illusion, Pieces of Eight, Cornerstone, and Paradise Theater. These records featured some of rock's most memorable anthems, and behind each track was Panozzo's relentless dedication to the beat. His chemistry with Chuck created a rhythm section that was tight, melodic, and impossible to ignore. However, life on the road took its toll. By the mid-1980s, the pressures of fame and the band's internal conflicts began to weigh heavily on Panozzo. Though he continued to play with Styx during their reunions and tours into the early 90s, his health and personal struggles, including a battle with alcoholism, began to impact his ability to perform at the level he once had. Tragically, John Panozzo passed away on July 16, 1996, just months before Styx launched a major reunion tour. He was only 47 years old. The band chose to continue, bringing in new drummer Todd Sucherman, but John's absence was deeply felt. His passing marked the end of an era, not just for Styx, but for an entire generation of fans who had grown up with his unmistakable backbeat. Though he rarely sought the spotlight, John Panozzo's contributions to Styx's legacy are immense. He was a drummer's drummer, respected by peers for his consistency and dedication, and cherished by fans for being the pulse behind the music they loved. His style wasn't about excess. It was about service to the song, about feel over flash, and groove over grandstanding. Today, his legacy lives on in the countless live recordings, studio albums, and fan memories that continue to circulate around the world. Every time Come Sail Away builds to its triumphant crescendo, every time Blue Collar Man drives forward with chugging intensity, and every time The Grand Illusion explodes in theatrical brilliance, John Panozzo's spirit is there, guiding the rhythm and holding the magic together. He may have left the stage too soon, but his beat plays on, eternal, unwavering, and unforgettable.